Hi, this is a tutorial guide on how to fast drop using the Supercruise Assist. Basically, the principle is that you are going to be at full throttle flying in at a system, and the Supercruise Assist basically drops you into your target location faster than is humanly possible. There's a couple things. Couple things you need to know first about it is that if there is a planetary object in the way, you will actually hit the exclusion zone of that sun or planet or moon or whatever if the target is behind it. So there's sometimes it doesn't always work, but about 95% of the time it works just fine. This does not work on targeting planetary bodies or planetary stations. This is only for stations and signal sources, stuff that you can just fly to and supercruise and then hit the drop button normally. So typically, the safest way of approaching a system is when you're approaching a system. I can speed up here so we get a little bit of speed, and this timer will count down and usually follow the 7-second rule and then cut back to about 75% throttle. So the first thing you need to do is you need to go in your options, go into your controls, and you want to go into flight throttle, expand that, and you want to come down here and don't do these because these are negative percentages. You want to be on the positive side, and you want to set a hotkey or a joystick button to set speed to 75%. This is absolutely key in making this work. If you don't do this, it won't work. You cannot do this at 100% or 50. It has to be 75. So once you have that set up, I'm going to give you the instructions first before I actually do it. So the first thing you want to do is, let's say you have your target. For this, it's going to be the station I'm looking to go to. This is the Robigo system, and I'm going to filter for stations here. And then Hauler's Reach is my target. So you want to click on that once after you highlight it, and then instead of locking the destination, you want to choose Supercruise Assist. And there is a caveat. You do need an actual Supercruise Assist, which is right here. You actually need the module installed in your optionals on your ship. It's only a 1E module. It's super cheap to buy. And if you're a new player, it should already be on your ship unless you sold it. So that's the other requirement. But going back to the stations, you want to do Hauler's Reach or your target in space, and you want to choose Supercruise Assist. So you'll see this thing here. It says move throttle to the blue zone. Instead of moving to the blue zone, you're going to want to go full throttle. And I'm not going to do it right now. I'm just going to tell you how this procedure works. You go full throttle and you look at the counter right here, and you look for the second counter to count down. And I usually start at 10 so I can time it correctly. And it'll count down from 10 to 9 to 8 to 7 to 6. And when it transitions from 6 to 5 seconds, that's when you hit the 75% hotkey or joystick button. And this is how it works. The closer you are in light seconds, like let's say you're only like 50 light seconds from the target, the bigger the window is for you to be able to make a mistake and maybe not do this correctly. The further, let's say you're 10,000 light seconds away, that window is going to be really, really tiny. So you got to have really good timing, and the transition is literally like between 6 seconds and before it even transitions into 5 seconds. So it's that if you were to do the timing, it would be between 5.5 seconds and 5.2, 5.1 seconds before it ever even shows a 5-second counter on the drop down. So how it works is if you hit the 75% button when you get to that transition between 6 and 5, and it hangs on 5 and then goes to 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, you've done it correctly, and it'll fast drop you into that target. If it hangs on 5 and then goes to 6, 7, you did it. You pressed the 75% button too early. And you actually have a chance to retry it by going back to full throttle, and as soon as it shows to 6 to 5 again, you can hit that 75% button again. But it's like a 50-50 on whether or not you're going to be able to get a second chance at it. There's also one other thing. If it goes to 5 and immediately goes to 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, you've pressed the button too late, and you're now going to have to do the circle of shame. But the nice thing is, even if you do the circle of shame, you can still use the same Supercruise fast drop trick. When you see the transition, you have another try of transition between 6 and 5, and great timing for great timing for this recording of video. But anyways, you could just do it after the circle of shame is complete, and it'll still be faster than anything else. So let's go ahead, let's do this for real now.
Frameshift drive charging.
We put us out like in normal space, so I have to actually do jump out. So let's say you just dropped into the system, right? You're in here, you want to go full throttle, fly towards your target, you want to activate Supercruise Assist, and you want to pay really close attention to this timer. You're looking for the transition between, and you want to count it down so you can get the timing just right. So I have my finger on the 75% button, and I'm just aiming kind of in that general direction. I'm keeping really close eye on the timer. Gravity well just slowed us down there for a second. So okay, now the timer's dropping down pretty fast, and here we go. We're getting close, and as soon as the 10-minute mark, I'm going to count down with the timer and try to get the timing just right. So here we go, and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, and 5. So I hit the 75% throttle right before, like just a hair before it went to 5. And you notice it hung on 5 and then transitioned to 4. Now it's going to 3, 2, 1, and 0. And we should fast drop into the station. And if you look, there's the station right there. And it took us, I shaved off probably like between 3 and 5 minutes of flying around. I'll go ahead and dock in at the station.
Request approved. Adjust heading for approach to badge 26.
You can use this trick for, like, if you're, hunting down high-grade emissions, you're hunting Thargoids, and you got signal sources that you're dropping into. You can do this for HAZ-RES sites, mining sites, nav beacons. Ignore those guys. Anything that's in space that isn't, on a planetary surface, you can use this Supercruise fast drop. And again, I'm going to go over,
Shutdown.
you do need it in your optionals. And you do need it powered up in order for this to work. But that's it for the tutorial. If you have any questions, you can come and visit me on my Twitch stream anytime, and I'll talk about stuff live. Here is the optionals and the Supercruise Assist. Or post a comment below in the comment section. I'll try to answer everything within 24 hours. And hit the subscribe button to help support me. I'm doing a push to 1,000 subscribers, which would allow me to monetize the channel and start earning some money. So if I can do that, then I can start spending more time on this stuff, making more videos, and maybe doing higher quality videos as well. So that's it. This is JD Splice signing off. Thanks for watching and take care.